Nigeria's major opposition, the PDP, has been plagued by massive defections and inter-party crisis, and to halt this internal implosion, it has now inaugurated new members into its board of trustees. Chairman of the PDP Board of Trustees, Adolfo Swabara, says the BOT members will be critical to resolving the internal challenges within the party ahead of the 2027 elections amid their ongoing attempts at state capture by the governing All Progressive Congress.
Your appointment to the Board of Trustees is a call to service and a call to serve. A call to uphold the integrity, unity, and vision of our party as we continue to strive for a more prosperous and democratic Nigeria.
23 state and 16 zonal new members of the BOT were inaugurated, and PDP Acting National Secretary says the Board of Trustees remains the conscience of the party and no attempt must be made to undermine its functions.
The BOT is the conscience of the party. The Constitution provides great responsibility, big responsibility for the BOT to guide the party, the great party, should I say, of Africa, not just Nigeria alone.
The highlight of the event was the calling out of the nominees for the collection of their appointment letters and their inauguration by former Governor of Kaduna State and BOT National Secretary Ahmed Makarfi. Former Governor of Benue State Samuel Otom had insisted on collection of letters of appointment before the press. Some new members of the PDP Board of Trustees speak on the current crisis rocking the party.
We will begin to bring the glorious past back to our people, where you can send your children to school, where insecurity will be a thing of the past, and the economy and youth unemployment will begin to recede.
It's one big step to unifying the party. It shows definitely that PDP is still strong, ready to take up and reflect true governance in Nigeria.
There needs to be a strong, vibrant opposition in Nigeria, that we cannot have a one-party system. One-party system is wrong, is equal to dictatorship. That PDP need to rise again and be strong, and be a strong opposition party.
As the PDP moves to tackle the massive defections and intra-party crisis within, members are expectant that the inauguration will revitalize the leading opposition and place it in good stead ahead of the 2027 general elections. Behind me is the People's Democratic Party Wadata House right here in the Federal Capital Territory, where 23 state members of the Board of Trustees and 16 zonal members of the Board of Trustees were inaugurated today. And the chairman of the Board of Trustees, Adolfo Swabara, has said that the task before these new members is to ensure the stability of the leading opposition party in Nigeria and also protect the integrity of the party ahead of the 2027 elections. Anthony Momodu reporting for Arise News.
Well, joining me now is Oladimeji Fabiyi, who is a member of the PDP and the former director of the PDP presidential campaign. Thank you very much for joining us on Newsnight.
Thank you for bringing me.
Well, with this emergency meeting of governors and ex-governors held, over mass defections, would you say this is the beginning of the resolution of the internal crisis within the PDP, setting up of, inaugurating 23 members, state members, and 16 zonal members?
Well, there are two different things. The inauguration of the Board of Trustees members statutory is different from what the governor did, so I want to separate them.
Good.
Congratulations to those who have just been appointed into the Board of Trustees. They are expected to serve as the conscience of the party. Right. When party is good, you advise to come in. But unfortunately, lately, their advice it's like something that it meant nothing to the leadership of the party. So that is for another day. The Governors Forum meeting yesterday, as far as I am concerned...
So what you're saying, before you say it's a matter for another day, these new members of the BOT whatever the BOT is supposed to be doing may not succeed at the end of the day?
I pray so. I hope so.
Saying?
I hope so. I hope so.
Okay.
For me, I've totally lost confidence in the current leadership of the party, and I don't see them getting anything right until they all leave, Damagun and everybody, so that we can have a new lease of life in the party.
Why do you believe so? In spite of the fact that a 7-man reconciliation, committee is being set up
reconciliation
to bring
reconciliation
all,
committee
parties together.
At what time? Let me remind you. Last year, was it early this year or last year? Similar reconciliation committee was set up, headed by former governor of Osun State. What has been the outcome? As that one has it been disbanded, and for this one to have come up, it's all playing to the galleries. The current NWC of the party has failed the party, so I don't have confidence in anything. Well, for reconciliation is a terrain that Saraki has been, but even I have my reservation about him, because when the North Central needed him most, he deserted them. When we were supposed to push and ensure that the right things were done in the party, he deserted the North Central. So as far as I'm concerned, it's all jokes. Let me tell you.
Who side exactly are you? I mean, you're a PDP member.
Yes, I am.
These are attempts
but we have to tell them. We have to tell them the
within the party.
This is how. If you don't tell yourself the hard truth, you can't fix the problem. That's exactly what I'm saying.
What exactly is the problem?
The problem is that we have leadership that is not responsible. They should have been more responsible than what they're doing now.
In what way exactly?
It's everywhere in the news. You are a media person.
In what way?
Okay. The party had issues since after the elections. The party lost presidential election and lost some states too. So up to now, there are some people that have committed serious, grievous actions that are meant to be disciplined. Have they been able to discipline them? They set up reconciliation committee. What has been the report? What has been the outcome? Disciplinary committee. What have they done? What recommendations have they made that have been adopted by, that have been acted upon by the current leadership? You don't do that.
So the failure to discipline
under them
erring party members is at the core of the crisis within the PDP. Is that what you're saying?
If there is no offense, there can be punishment. Some people have committed offense in this case. So what has the party been doing everywhere, all over now? Everybody, the majority opinion is that why has Minister Wike has not been punished for coming out openly, for admitting that he worked against the party and is still going to do that? He's still there today. The head governors forums meeting, that to me is just a gathering of compromise, not gathering of strategy at all. Because the expectation of the party faithfuls were so high, they thought these governors would sit down and look at those germane issues, those front burners, and address them. And take hard decision on them. What they can come up is reconciliation between her and NEC and all that. I mean, they shouldn't be telling us that kind of stuff. PDP deserves more than this. And you want to go into this election with this fragmentation.
Is Wike the only problem that the PDP has, the failure to punish him for what you say is anti-party activities?
What he has done is enough to say is the problem of the party. And everybody.
But there are those who say Atiku Abubakar, the former vice president,
I have told them,
I've
asked them to come and prove it for me, because Atiku is a problem because he was only exercising his constitutional right. It's a problem, right? Atiku is a problem because he told them, I can't be part of all of this. These guys are in bed with the APC. Atiku is not in bed with the APC. The national chairman, the acting chairman of the party today is in court. So many court cases. The national secretary, so many. Today, in the media chat that Governor Wike had, he said two things there that really struck me. Number one was that if anybody acting as the secretary signed the notice of activities of the party and all that, he will go and challenge it in court. Is he the owner of the party? Well, is this right? But is he the owner of the party? Is he the only one who makes up the party? These are all the activities that are gearing towards destruction of this party. And he has never shown any remorse about it.
So you agree with Ganduje, the national chairman of the APC, who says by the end of 2025, PDP may just be, past tense.
Well,
non-existent party.
No, I don't.
Is that what you're saying?
No, let me tell you something. I don't agree with him because he was just talking politics. He was once a member of the PDP. So, and talk is cheap. He can say anything. That means nothing to me. But what I'm saying in essence is that ordinarily, political parties are like empires. They don't exist forever. And that's why we're telling them that what is stopping PDP from taking the lead in the proposed coalition movement to chase APC out. that they didn't want to do. That does not show response. It does not show leadership on the part of the on the part of the leaders. So these are the things I'm trying to put into perspective. Anybody can challenge me on them. So what I'm saying is that even today, what the governors from, remember, these governors met in Ibadan a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And when they came up with communique and all that, and this Minister Wike came and took them to the cleaners, called them all sort of names. Yesterday, the meeting held, it was there. Yeah, they said it was governors meeting and former governors. Even his presence, is him sitting at the table there, is an indication, is the validation of his betrayal of the party by the governors. These same governors. It doesn't show responsibility. We are younger elements of the party. We are not learning good things from these guys. The truth of the matter is that all of this is about them. It's not about us. It's not about the people. And that's exactly what we are telling them. It's not about them. It's about them.
So how do you solve the problem that is the PDP? If they've had this emergency meeting, they've set up a date for the next meeting for...
for the NEC and convention
and all of that. Is that not enough to at least show that there is, the PDP is trying to chart a new course? It's not enough to make you optimistic.
It's not enough. The first thing they should have done was to sanction some people. They recommend so many things. Why didn't they recommend sanction for those that are working against the party and brazenly saying it, acting it? Why didn't they do that? The party is not going to go anywhere as long as this indiscipline fetters, as long as it thrives in the party is not going to go anywhere. So I don't have confidence in Saraki-led reconciliation. Because
why is that?
I can't, because I told you there was one they set up under Inola. What was the output? Where is the report? What did he achieve? You know, say Bukola Saraki should do this because he's the man who knows the terrain, should go and now reconcile who and who. The thing is deeper than all of these things, and they know the underground conversation that is going on. Most of these governors are in bed with APC, and they know. Governor Bala knows. They have been kidnapped, and the ransom for kidnap, the ransom is what they are paying. They have been kidnapped by the APC, by Tinubu APC. So the ransom is the freedom, and
that's a very strong word to use.
Moving them. No, it's a kind of kidnap now. Moving them into the other parties. The ransom they have to pay. That's exactly what I'm saying. So what does it kidnap to go and kill? No. It's
of course, I understand.
So that's exactly what I'm saying.
Your point, but that means what you're saying is that the PDP is so vulnerable that the governing APC is able to hijack. I'd rather use the word hijack. But what's the proof really? What proof do you have that the APC has? I'm trying not to use the same word.
But why are they moving? Is it because the APC has super performed? Okay, you brought Okowa is facing anti-graft agency, known to the public. It's not speculation anymore. And that is the best thing you brought to you could bring to your party, to woo to your party, and he has no sin anymore. And you're not patting him in the back.
Why has the PDP not been able to keep these persons within the party?
Keep whose person?
These people that are defecting.
How? It is their personal, is their personal decision, and the only one who knows the reason why they do that.
Very quickly, let me ask you, Fubara's statement that he's not desperate to return to government house. He says his spirit has since left the government house.
I think he's the only one who can explain that, because I don't understand. He's the only one who can explain that.
Oladimeji, Fabiyi, PDP member and former director of PDP presidential campaign 2023. Thank you very much for joining us. With all you've said, we'll have to leave it there.
It's a long walk to freedom for PDP.
A long walk to freedom, you can say that again. Yes.